It's fight night, it's fight night. Somebody go win night, night. It's fight night, it's fight night. Somebody go win night, night. Yeah, we back. Real Talk Live Sports, baby man. We back at it. Salute to all the subs, salute to all the subs to be. Your boy's essential worker, man. Salute, support. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. It is going down. That was a lot. Canelo Alvarez, Callum Smith. Canelo, four-time division champion, four division champion. Canelo has beat some of the best fighters in the world, period. Canelo's special, man. He's special. Now, Callum Smith is a giant compared to Canelo. Callum Smith is about 6'3", 6'4". He's a giant. Now, the only reason why, if you were a Callum Smith fan, that you should be worried is because Canelo is pretty good at beating up opponents that are bigger than he is. You look at Sergey Kovalev fight. Kovalev was the bigger fighter, more range, whole nine. And Kovalev has an excellent jab. Canelo not only got around that jab, but he was able to take Kovalev's power. Kovalev caught him with a couple of shots, but nothing that hurt Canelo. Canelo utilized the high guard in that fight. We all know that his defense, especially upper body defense, is phenomenal, which was kind of the brilliant part about how he chose to fight Sergey Kovalev, because he didn't utilize all the tools in his defensive department that he has. Canelo basically, when he was cutting off the ring, walking Kovalev down, utilizing his hard guard, hands up, blocking and parrying off a lot of those shots just to get a couple of his shots in. You know what I'm saying? He caught Kovalev with a couple of nice overhand left. Man, let me tell you something. Callum Smith, my brother, I hope you have been doing sit-ups from the beginning of time up until this fight, because Canelo Alvarez, aka the tree chopper, you know what I'm saying, he is going to attack that body. If you do not know Canelo Alvarez, if you do not know his fight style, Canelo is one of the best fighters on the planet going to the body. Now, with such a large torso and target that Callum Smith presents, Canelo is going to the body. It's going to be a little bit harder for him to reach his head, but trust me, Canelo will get his shots in, but their body is going to be more available than those head shots. And now, once he starts to chop Callum Smith down, then that head is going to begin to be exposed, because Callum Smith is going to go from being up here and his body is going to start to drop and decrease a little bit. Once that happens, fight fans, then it's going to be over. Then you're going to see that right hook coming in, you know what I'm saying, that left coming in. You're going to start seeing some shots and Canelo putting some combinations together. And they're all going to end with him going back to the body. Don't be surprised if he stops Callum Smith with a body shot in this fight. Let me tell you, he hurt his brother Liam, Canelo that is, with a body shot. Now, will he take his brother Callum out the same way? That will kind of be like poetic justice at its best. I took your brother out the same way. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo is a bad boy. Callum Smith said that his brother Liam was in camp with him, giving him a couple of tips and pointers from that Canelo fight. But if he lost that fight, it ain't too much he can tell you, you know what I'm saying, because he lost and it really wasn't too competitive, you know what I'm saying? But he can probably give him some insight, because he was, and he can say that he was in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. So salute to that. So Callum Smith, very tall. If he utilizes his height in this fight, which he has to, now he has definitely the longer range, so utilizing his jab is going to be key. He's going to have to keep Canelo at bay, and once Canelo tries to get in and shorten up that range, he's going to have to make him pay. But if Callum Smith cannot execute a successful jab in this fight, that is going to be the key punch for him, the jab. The jab is going to set up everything for Callum Smith. So if he does not execute a good jab in this fight, if Canelo is able to take that away, he's going to be in trouble. Because everybody in the world knows if this fight goes 12, who's more than likely to get the decision? Saul Canelo Alvarez. Ladies and gentlemen, wake up. If you thought it was going the other way, wake up. Now, and that's what they're going to be telling Callum Smith if he gets caught with a shot like Kovalev got caught. Now, if Canelo goes to the body, catches him, buckles him, hurts him, and then especially if he gets him against the rope, you know what I mean? He's definitely going to be at a disadvantage. That is Callum Smith. Now, he's going to have to keep this fight in not necessarily the middle of the ring, but he's going to have to utilize the ring. He's going to have to stay off of the ropes as much as possible, because if he doesn't, why? He's going to go right up, high guard, and Canelo's going to start teeing off on his body. You know what I mean? And they all ain't going to get blocked. All he does is, all Canelo needs a couple of those shots to get through his defense. Now, if Callum Smith is able to stave off Canelo's offensive attack, he has a chance. Now, I really don't see this fight going 12 rounds, but if it does, I favor Canelo for the decision. Now, the keys for Callum Smith in this fight to victory are truly really simple. Utilize the jab, protect yourself, and utilize your timing. Now, Canelo being a shorter fighter, Canelo, usually he's going to be the aggressor. Just like in the Kovalev fight. He was a shorter fighter. Kovalev was a bigger fighter. To some people, the stronger fighter. Canelo cut the ring off, tracked Kovalev down, put pressure on him, and we all saw what wound up happening. Now, will it be the same fight with Callum Smith? We shall see. If Callum Smith cannot execute his jab properly, you're going to see the same thing. That is the only thing that is going to save his life, I'm telling you, in this fight, is utilizing his jab correctly. Not only correctly, let me change that up. Effectively, not correctly, effectively. He has to have an effective jab in order to stave off Canelo. If he cannot do that, he's going to be in trouble. Callum Smith is a good boxer, and his height and his reach can work in his advantage. But Canelo is very seasoned. He's very talented. Been in the ring with all types of guys. He said himself, his style is very adaptable. He's fought big guys, bigger guys, shorter guys, taller guys, longer guys, whoever. You have to be able to adapt to any style. This is Canelo, that is. Now, he has proven this. He is not only just talking, he has proven that he can rise to the occasion and pretty much adapt to any situation. Now, you have to take that away from him. And how you do that is utilizing your jab and your footwork. And for somehow, some way, Callum Smith has to be able to push Canelo Alvarez back. Generally, Canelo is the aggressor. So some may believe and some may want to think he may not be that effective fighting off of the back foot. It may look that way because every time you see generally most of Canelo's fights, he's always pressing forward. So if Callum Smith, can push Canelo back, utilizing that long jab, and Callum Smith is a pretty, even though he's a tall, lengthy fighter, he's pretty solid. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's real lanky. So he does have size and strength for a 168 pounder, even though he's tall. He is still, a pretty solid fighter as far as his strength in that department. So if he is able to push Canelo back with that jab, he has a chance. He has a chance. After that jab, you just have to put the correct shots together. And my opinion and my advice, your combinations really shouldn't exceed 2 to 3 in a series, because you don't want to be in that close with Canelo, because once he starts moving and slipping and sliding, that's going to work to his advantage, being that close. So you want to keep him at the end of that jab, and once Canelo starts to kind of ease in, creep in a little bit, you know what I'm saying, you want to hit him with a couple of shots, throw a couple of shots at him, keep him honest, basically put the brakes on him. You don't want to go for the kill unless or until the championship round, maybe the second half of the fight. The first half of the fight is when we want that to be about control. You know what I mean? Control the pace, control the speed of the fight. If you can, start tacking up and rallying up those points. That's what Callum Smith should do. Because once you get to the second half of the fight, especially going up into the championship rounds, that's when Canelo tends to kind of put the press on even more and starts to put those punches together. And once he starts doing that, he starts breaking guys down. Once you get to the 10th or 11th round, Canelo is trying to find a way to take you up out of there, period. So, will it be another 11th round KO, or will it go the distance? I really don't see this fight going the distance. I say this fight is going to go let's just say somewhere in the round, let's just say round 9, 7 to 10, matter of fact. 7 to 10. 7 to 10, something special is going to happen. Now, if it exceeds 10, and like I said, it goes into the championship round, goes into the decision phase, Canelo has it. So, Callum Smith, he cannot allow this fight to go to the judges. If it does, you lost. Especially you in Texas, you know what I'm saying? With all the Chicanos, people, no. It ain't going your way, player. This is a long way from the UK. So, this fight is going to be good. This fight is going to be explosive. If you looked at both fighters in the weigh-in, Canelo is chiseled, strong, cut. He's ready. He's in phenomenal shape for this fight. Smith, he's also in great shape for this fight. Him being a more taller, longer fighter, as far as like muscle development and things like that. I mean, he may look a little less pronounced, but that's just the eye test. You don't get it twisted. He's still a very strong fighter, and he can pose a problem for Canelo. But if he doesn't utilize that jab correctly and effectively, you know what I mean? And not only he needs to put it out there, he needs to put it out there in angles. Don't only just let Canelo stand in front of you. He needs to put that jab up and to the body, up to the body. You know what I'm saying? Move, put it on him. Move, put it on him. You know what I'm saying? Throw a couple of right hands up in there. Keep Canelo honest. You know what I'm saying? He throw the jab out there, throw the jab, throw the right hand. But Canelo is very slick. And like I said, he's not going to waste a lot of movement. If he fights, I'm curious to see if he fights Callum Smith like he did Kovalev. Or is he going to stand with him and just be slipping and sliding? Because if he does that and he's successful, then Callum Smith is going to wind up gassing out second half of the fight easy, because he's the bigger guy. So if he expends more energy than Canelo in his fight, Callum Smith is going to be in trouble in the later rounds. So is that the game plan? Gas him out, put the press on him, and then finish him? We shall see. But Canelo has a couple of options and variations that he can execute to get Callum Smith out of there. Callum Smith's game plan truly is really a simple one. You know what I mean? There's no really plan A, plan B, plan C, because you're naturally the bigger guy. So utilizing your jab and your length, that's just basics of boxing. Don't get too tricky. Don't get too whatever. Maintain fundamentals. Like I said, utilize your jab. Make sure that you put a nice, stiff, strong jab out there. Also, present that jab to the body as well. Try to use Canelo's own game against him. You know what I'm saying? Attack their body. It'll be hard because of Callum Smith's size to really dig and go to the body, because he has the longer arms. So therefore, that straight jab or that straight right hand to the body will probably be a more safer and effective course of action for Callum Smith. So let's see how things turn out, fight fans. Like I said, between the seventh round and the 10th round, I believe something special will happen. Will it be Canelo or Smith? We shall see. But it's going to be a great night of boxing, man. It has a great card. Ryan Garcia is also taking on a fellow UKer, I believe. So it's going to be a good card, man. It's definitely going to be a good card. Definitely want to see how Ryan Garcia fares, because this fight, he's already talking about who he wants to fight after this fight. He keeps crying and screaming about Gervonta Davis. He wants to knock Gervonta Davis out. But that division and that weight class, man, is loaded with talent, and Tank is not the only shark out there swimming. You still have a lot of talent out there, man. A lot of talent. And remember, man, Tank can still go up. He ain't got to necessarily, stay at 130. So he can go up to 135. He's walking around right now, probably, who knows, man. Tank probably walking around like a welterweight right now. So it's going to be a good fight fans, man. So everybody, man, stay tuned, stay blessed, stay humble, stay motivated, protect yourself at all times, guard up, mask up, and don't forget, it's fight night. It's fight night. Somebody going night. Is it going to be Smith? Can he pull out the upset and make something happen and pull something off with Canelo? We shall see. So catch you guys on the next one. Stay motivated. Stay safe. Peace. Blessings. And I'm out.